Hello fellow Airsofters and welcome to this week's Airsoft South Africa. In this episode we're going to talk a little bit about what's a good choice for your first gun, and we also will go through this weekend's events. Follow, like, subscribe and share. As we want to get this channel to grow, we need to get the subscriber number up to about 100 at least to change the URL to Airsoft South Africa. Help us out by doing a subscribe and sharing this to your friends so we are able to do that. So, what's the first gun that you should buy? Well, that's actually a difficult question to really answer. We can talk about what's the most practical guns to buy. Here in South Africa, if you run M4, AKs or G36s, you will be fine for second-hand parts, for accessories, for clothing like vests. And talking about that, let's just delve in why. If you've got an M4, the parts like gearbox parts or upgrade parts, you'll find a second-hand market for dirt cheap, and you'll find it on the new market always being in stock if you buy online or go to a local shop. What you would also get is, if you buy a vest or so, they would by default have mag pouches, and these are normally perfect for M4 mags. So that's why M4 really stands out. Also, the barrel length for M4 makes it good for CQC, CQB and field, where AKs, depending on the variant, they could be good for CQB or field. And the same for G36, even though it might have in its variant a C, which most people buy, it has a shorter barrel, the hop-ups and so forth give you the additional range. You can go for G36K, which is a longer version, so you get more range on the field. Now, the money that you spend. The money that you should spend on a gun is really up to you. If you can't afford the latest and greatest, then you can buy second hand. That might also come already with upgrades to it. If you can spend extra money and you're starting off in Airsoft, you'll need to weigh up two things. Do you want a low-end gun with a lot of accessories and a lot of clothing and other things, or do you want a high-end gun with less of the extra bits? Now, from my experience, through owning multiple Airsoft guns and doing a lot of upgrades throughout, is that if you invest more money in a gun in the beginning, it's going to last you. It's going to last you far and above accessories or anything else. And you won't need to do the upgrades then, you won't need to do all that sort of dirty work at the end of the day, because it'll just be shooting perfectly out of the box. So another question might be that you really like a different style of gun. It could be an AUG or something like that. Now, it's perfectly fine to try these guns out on the field. How you would do that is either to rent that gun or ask a player on that game that you are attending to have some time with the gun. If you can shoot it a bit, see how it feels, and if you like it, then you've got an idea that it would be a good buy for you. A lot of people buy different types. A lot of people buy unique guns, and then they've got the issue of parts, upgradability, or just they don't like the gun after actually using it. So a rental or trying it out from a fellow player is a good idea to do. If you like a different gun, then you can go for it. At the end of the day, if you're going to get the enjoyment out of the gun, do it. I would also, on that note, if you're going to buy a gun that's unique or doesn't follow most of these other classes, I would keep an eye out on what type of games I'm going to play. If I know that most of my games will be Milsim based games, I would opt for M4 or maybe an AK, because this normally is the stock ones that most Milsim games would accept and you can go play with. Another thing is the inner barrel length of a gun. The longer the inner barrel, the more accuracy you will have at range, And the shorter the inner barrel, your hop-up needs to do a bit more work. But it can still be very accurate and give you a surprising amount of range. So when you do look for a specific gun, just be sure of where you're going to be playing. If you're going to be playing in huge fields most of the times, then a bigger gun would be just fine. And you'd have fun with that with the addition of some range and accuracy that the bigger inner barrel gives you. If you're going to play CQC or close combat, you would want a shorter gun, like a G36C or something like that. And an ability to fold the stock is wonderful. So you can easily clear the corners much as you would do with a pistol. I hope this advice helps you out. If you've got airsoft questions, please post them in the comments below. And what do you think is the perfect gun? Add that to the comment section below and let's see how many people agree with you, and let's motivate others to join the conversation.
Events this weekend. On Saturday we've got Operation Reclaim, and that's at the Alpine Airsoft Field in Cape Town. On Sunday we've got Operation Jungle Rats, which is at Pretoria. We also have Deep Breath Ballistic Silo event, and that is Mongale City. And then we've got Capture and Control, and that's in the northwest. And lastly we've got Hurry Up to the Quarry, that's going to be hosted by the Airsoft Pros. Go out and support these events, and see you all next week for another episode of Airsoft South Africa.